Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session Launching Your Cybersecurity Career, a 2025 Beginner's Guide. I am Reenal Vicaria and I'll be your host for the day. Before we get started, we would like to go over a few house rules. For our attendees, the session will be in listen only mode and will last for an hour, out of which the last 15 minutes will be dedicated to Q&A. Now about a speaker, Marcus Fábio. Marcus is a DFIR specialist with 25 years of experience in IT, over a decade of which has been dedicated to information security. He has worked across diverse sectors such as telecommunications, finance, education, food, government, and steelmaking. Furthermore, Marcus has specialized in the forensic acquisition and analysis of digital evidence with in-depth knowledge of computer networks, operating systems, communication protocols, incident response, and forensic tools. So without any further delay, I would now hand over the session to you, Marcus.
Thank you, Hina. Thank you for the introduction. I would like to start by welcoming everyone. Thank you for attending this webinar, and thank you, UC Council University, for the invitation. I'm truly honored to be here. Well, despite the great introduction provided by Rinal, I leave you with additional information, especially my LinkedIn profile. It will be a pleasure to connect with you. Okay. Without further ado, let's begin. So, you want to get into cybersecurity, right? Yeah, good for you. But let me ask you something. Why do you want to work in cybersecurity? Is it a good fit for you? Is it a hot field? Well, I bring good news, right? Uh, Cybersecurity Magazine says that 3.5 million unfilled positions in 2025. Good news, right? And Cybersecurity Ventures goes further, saying that job vacancies grew by 350%. Well, it's absolutely good news, right? But what is your motivation? Again, why you want to get into cybersecurity? If you're just looking at cybersecurity as an opportunity to get more money, well, yeah, you probably get some money, right? But if money is your only or main motivation, I have to tell you that it won't be enough. Sorry to say, but it won't be enough. Maybe in the beginning it will be enough, but you face challenge that only money won't be enough to make you stay in the field. That's the truth. Keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. So, along your career, you should conduct a lot of self-assessments. And your first self-assessment is to ask these questions. Again, why do you want to work with cybersecurity? What do you know about cybersecurity? If you are in a transition moment in your career, why are you trying to change your career? Right? Is it a good call or not? One common question that I have sometimes received over the years from people who want to get into the cybersecurity field is, what is the best choice for me to start in cybersecurity? This is a very personal question, right? My standard and honest answer always is, I don't know. It depends. Simply because I don't know you. I don't know what are your dreams? What are your passions? What are your aspirations? You know? And I strongly believe that working with something is absolutely related to what you love to do. Probably some of you, I think that it's a little bit corny, but it's not. In fact, this is related with something that's called ikigai. A Japanese concept meaning a reason for being. So in your life, in your professional life, in your personal life, you have to be aware of these four main categories. You need to find what you love, something that you are happy to do, right? Think about it. You spend 6, 8 or more hours working. So you need to be happy doing what you are doing at work, right? You need to find what the world needs. Maybe is a little bit philosophical, but in fact, it's simple. You need to find what companies are looking for. That's it. You don't need to discover another internet or another chat GPT. You need to find what companies need, what you can be paid for, of course, and what you are good at. When you find what you love and what you are good at, you find your passion. When you find what you love and what the world needs, you found your mission. When you find what the world needs and what you can be paid for, you found your vocation. And when you find what you are good at and what you can be paid for, you found your profession. When you find what you love, what you're good at, and what you can be paid for, you found satisfaction, that feeling of uselessness, right? And you find what you love, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for, you find excitement and complacency, that sense of uncertainty. When you find what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs, you find delight and fullness, but no well. And when you find what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what you love, you find comfortable by feeling emptiness. What you need to find is this spot, your ikigai, you know, and you have to think about it. You need to think about it. And to bet, I'm not a guru, right? I'm not a guru. I'm not here to give you complete answers about these questions. This is your job. You need to think about it. And you need to think about it carefully. I'm here to give you insights and some directions, to make it easy for you to answer these questions. So to better understand these questions and find your ikigai, you need to start learning more about cybersecurity and the different roles available in this field. Okay? And this is uh, some functions and roles that you probably find when you look for a job, right? So governance is responsible for policies and standards based on the company strategy. So regulatory standards, baselines, best practices, common job roles are cybersecurity architect, compliance analyst, information technology analyst. Network security is responsible for the network security infrastructure. Common roles are network security professional, network security architect. Security Operations Center, responsible for detecting, responding, and remediating active attacks on the company's assets. Common roles, SOC analyst, intrusion detection analyst, IT operations, incident responder. Uh, we have also threat intelligence, intelligence, cloud security architect, responsible for ensuring the right level of visibility and control across all cloud assets. Job roles, cloud security architect, cloud security analyst, IT architect, cybersecurity analyst. Data security, responsible for implementing protective and detective controls for sensitive data within the organization. Job roles, data protection analyst, data privacy analyst, data protection and compliance analyst, data architect. Application security and DevOps, responsible for integrating security assurance into development processes. Job roles, security engineer, software engineer, developer, DevSecOps engineer, cloud security analyst, infrastructure security analyst, application security engineer. Posture management, responsible for the posture management strategy, including the cloud environment. Job roles, vulnerability management analyst, infrastructure vulnerability management specialist, cybersecurity engineer, focus on vulnerability management, and cloud security engineer. Infrastructure and endpoint security, responsible for security protection of the infrastructure, on-premises and cloud, including servers and endpoints. Job roles, cloud security analyst, security engineer, endpoint security analyst, endpoint security architect. Red team, responsible for performing controlled attacks against the infrastructure to identify security gaps before threat actors do. Job roles are pen tester, malware engineer, malware reverse engineer, security research. And blue team, responsible for establishing security controls and defense strategies across the environment. Common job roles are security analyst, cybersecurity analyst, security research, security engineer. I wanted to know that the information shown in this table is just an example of some of the most common functions and job roles. Okay, if you really pay attention, you saw the same job role associated with different functions, and that's right. Okay, because throughout your career you can specialize in many areas. If you are migrating from information technology to cybersecurity, you may see some of your skills across different areas. So you need to start thinking about how your current skills can be leveraged to accelerate your ramp up in this field, okay, which is new field. If you are completely new to cybersecurity without an information technology background, don't panic, okay? Don't panic. You can start fresh and choose which area is most exciting for you. And you could also use some of your current background obtained in other fields of law. For example, if you are a lawyer, you can use your knowledge and familiarity with legislation to work with compliance or data protection. Okay, it's very common. Be aware that the job title may have fundamental differences depending on the company size. In small organizations, a cybersecurity analyst may be required to perform tasks that are supposed to be done by a pen tester, for example. Why is that? The company doesn't have the budget, so we do hire one person to perform multiple unrelated tasks within information security, right? This is most common in small to medium organizations. Another point is that is worth noting is that the geographic location also plays an important factor in the name and the description of job roles. For example, I'm Brazilian. Here in Brazil, it is common for a cybersecurity professional to do more than the job title really entails. It's a cultural aspect. So you be aware about that, the place that you're applying, the culture of the place, and the size of the company. Okay, this description is just something that you have in mind when you're looking for your first opportunity. Okay, right. So you conducted your first assessment. Now your second assessment, you need to conduct it too. At this point, you understand that there are many specializations in cybersecurity to choose from, right? These specializations will dictate two important aspects: the type of cybersecurity job you will perform and the skills required to do the job. Don't underestimate these questions. They are very, very, very important. So you have to think about it. Do you see yourself doing the tasks described for the job role? Do you think you enjoy doing that? Do these activities motivate you? Again, remember, your happiness is priority. Do you have what is necessary for the job? Now, you have to think about your technical skills and your soft skills. And one thing that will help to accomplish this task is looking for positions on LinkedIn with activities that motivate you. Okay? But pay attention. You are not applying for a position yet. At this point, you are making research. You're trying to understand the market. Remember that. And you need to repeat this process many times to identify what the companies are looking for. Okay? So let's see this example. This job offer for a cyber incident response analyst. Basically, all the job offers, you find these two categories: job description and key responsibilities. It's your job to read carefully these two categories. Let's read this one. For this position, the company is hiring a cyber incident response analyst as part of your security team in London on a hybrid working basis. Is that okay for you? Or you prefer to work from home? Or you prefer to work on site? If a hybrid working basis, it's okay for you, go ahead, continue your reading. If it's not, move on. Next opportunity. This is not for you. Okay? So let's say that's okay for you. Let's continue. The purpose of this role is to work as part of the cybersecurity team to implement an organized approach to addressing and managing security breaches or cyber attacks. This excites you? This is something that you are motivated to do? You make you happy? Again, if the answer is yes, continue. If no, move on. Next opportunity. And the rationale for the key responsibilities is the same. Okay? If it's something that you look yourself doing on a daily basis, if the answer is yes, okay, keep notes and continue reading the other opportunities. If not, this is not for you again, move on. Okay? After understand these two main points, you should understand what are your knowledge gaps. Okay? And in LinkedIn, you will find these two categories: minimum qualifications and preferred or desirable or desired qualifications. Sometimes you see as must have and should have. And it's very important you know that minimum qualification is, again, the must have. If you don't have any of these requirements, please don't apply for this position, okay? Because it will be a waste of your time and it will be a waste of the hiring manager's time. And you not look good for you because you don't have the requirements, the minimum requirements that the position are asking for. Okay. About the desired qualifications, don't worry about if you don't have one or more of these desired qualifications. Okay. But keep in mind that if one candidate has the desired qualifications and another doesn't, the hiring manager will choose the one who has the desired qualifications. That's for sure. Okay. But this shouldn't stop you from applying for the job. Okay, keep that in mind. What you need is the minimum qualifications to apply for the job. Okay, the desired qualification is exactly what it's saying. It's a desirable. It's a desired qualification. It's not a must-have. So if you don't have, it's okay, right? At this point, you have learned about the desirable skills for different cybersecurity roles, the desirable level, and conducted a self-assessment to understand your current knowledge in those areas. Now you need to dig deeper to see if there are gaps to fill regarding foundational concepts and terminologies. And you need to be brutally honest with yourself. If you don't have the knowledge, okay, you need to get the knowledge, and you have videos and you have courses. It's your job to looking for these skills, these technical skills. And in these tables, this is the common minimal technical skills required in most of the job opportunities for beginners. Okay, that you probably you face on when you're looking on LinkedIn. Okay, and if you are paying attention, just operating systems and computer networks, the desirable knowledge is an intermediate knowledge. The other ones, a basic knowledge is enough. And why is that? Because operating systems and computer networks are the two most critical topics to learn. And this is because they are the core foundation of the internet. So you need to understand the core architecture of a Windows operating system, a Linux operating system. If you have this knowledge in Mac OS, it's okay, but most of the time you deal with Windows and Linux. Okay, this includes key concepts of such as process, threads, network communication, authentication, and authorization. About computer network, you have to understand how computer networks work, including TCP/IP protocol stack, TCP, IP, UDP, and all of these protocols. About directory services, it's just enough understand what a directory service is and how it is used to authenticate and authorize users at this point. Okay. About cloud computing, understand the principles of cloud computing, the different service models, and how they can be used. About encryption, understand the purpose of encryption, how the difference between symmetric and asymmetric encryption, and know the use case scenarios for each one. In application development, you need to understand the principles of application development, scripting, DevOps, and development side. Basic concepts. You don't need to be a programmer. You don't need to know how coding at this point, unless you are applying for a position that you need to work with application security or pen testing, for example. Most of the pen testers develop your own tools and not just use frameworks ready to use, Again, this is for your first position. Along your career, probably you need to understand a little bit more of coding, but in a sense of automation. For example, in my daily basis, I work with analysis, with log analysis. So think about a log file with 10,000 lines, and you need to get the information about each IP that is in this log. and what's the internet provider, and if that IP will show up in a block list. It doesn't make sense to get one by one, you need a script to do that. But that's it, for automation, for enhancing your productivity in a daily basis, not as a programmer. And I have to say, I work with in the IT field for about 25 years, in another work as a programmer, developing something. I use my knowledge of coding just for automation, basically for scripting. Okay, but again, it depends the position. But for your first position, coding is not absolutely necessary. With a deep understanding of coding. Okay, so you need to respect and follow the process. Don't skip any steps. You need to start with the basic concepts, the foundation. After that, you come to get experience, hands-on experience. Then you specialize. Then you develop your skills and continue learning. You have to continue learning every day. That's one of the things in this area that, for me, it's absolutely amazing. For someone that likes to study and understand how things work, cybersecurity is the field, because you need to continue to learn. Things change every day. Okay, and don't believe anyone that tells you otherwise. Don't believe anyone that tells you otherwise. You need the basic concepts first. You need to understand operating systems, TCP/IP, encryption, and all of the stuff that I show you in that thing. Okay. Well, at this point, the question that arises: formal education or certification, right? What should I do? And again, the answer is, it depends. For short-term gains, a professional certification pays off quickly. For long-term opportunities, a degree will open more doors. Ideally, having both is best. So again, it depends. You have to think about it. What's your priority at this point? If you pursuing a managerial position, for sure you need a degree. Probably you never be a manager in cybersecurity if you don't have a degree. If you don't have only certifications, But again, remember the research that you did on LinkedIn. If all of the positions, or most of them, put as give you as a requirement that you need, for example, the CCT certification from NC Council, what do you need to do? Get the certification, of course. But you have to think about it. And it doesn't make sense you get all of the certifications in the field. You need to put your effort in the right direction. Okay, and again, it's your responsibility, because it's your career. You need to think about it and make this decision, right? Okay. We talk about technical skills, and now you talk about the soft skills. Sometimes people neglect soft skills. Don't do that. Don't do that. There are a lot of articles and studies that point to the lack of these skills as the main reason for the huge professional gap in cybersecurity. Again, conduct a self-assessment. Do you have the soft skills? If you don't have, you need to work on it. Okay. So, growth mindset. This is important cybersecurity skills because of the dynamic threat landscape. Things are always changing. And if you have a fixed mindset, you have difficulty adapting to new challenges and identify how to overcome them. Adaptability comes as part of a growth mindset. You need this as a cybersecurity professional. Effective communication. Since COVID-19, working from home or in a hybrid work environment has become a very common approach. So effective communication, online meetings, by email or in person is critical. You will not be able to use your body language to express yourself, which means you must rely only on the clarity of your writing skills. As a cybersecurity professional, you must be able to clearly communicate with a wide range of people, from the end users to the company's chief security officer. Okay? Critical thinking. There's often no absolute answer for everything in cybersecurity. Sometimes things aren't black and white. They are gray. If you are absolute in your approach, you will struggle to find a middle ground in some scenarios. Critical thinking is a must-have in this field. Collaboration. There's nothing worse than collaborating with someone who doesn't like sharing knowledge or is always trying to hide important information to appear as the only one who knows a specific topic. To be successful in cybersecurity, you must collaborate with others to have the company be more secure. And you have, if you have a hard time collaborating, well, you better start changing now, right now. It's very important, the collaboration. Being coachable. Don't assume you know everything, no matter how senior you are. Be humble and look for mentorship to keep improving. Being coachable is very important and highly appreciated by senior leaders in the company because they see your effort to be always improving. Okay? Uh, Time management. Time management is a crucial soft skill that involves planning and exercise conscious control over the amount of time is spent on specific activities. If you have tasks and deadlines to fulfill, it's your responsibility to figure out how to do them on time. Nobody likes excuses like, oh, I didn't do that because I have a lot of things to do. Everybody has a lot of things to do in a work environment, you know? And in cybersecurity, wow, there's a lot of things to do in cybersecurity. So don't do that. Don't give excuses. It's your responsibility to manage your time. It led us to the next one, self-driven. Being self-driven involves taking initiative and maintain motivation without the need for external prompts or supervision. Self-driven individuals are proactive and demonstrate a high level of personal accountability. This means stay focused, manage your time effectively, and continuously seek improvement. By being self-driven, you can adapt to challenges more readily and contribute significantly to the success of your team and the organization. The more senior you are, the more self-drive will be expected from you. And delegation. Even the most experienced professionals struggle to delegate tasks. By making others accountable to complete tasks, you are not only helping the overall team to make progress, but you also are enabling another professional to own a task and develop new skills. Again, the more senior you become, the more it is your responsibility to help others grow in their careers, the same way that someone did for you. Okay, keep that in mind. And this is very important. Technical skills will lead you to get a job, but the soft skills will lead you to get a promotion. Keep that in mind. On all your careers, that's the point. As I said, soft skills is very much appreciated by senior leaders. Okay. In some situations, when a hiring manager is between two candidates, both of them have technical skills, but one of them, there's a lot of soft skills. Hiring managers probably will choose the one that have the soft skills, because technical skills is easy to get. Again, you can take courses, attend conferences, uh, watch videos on YouTube. Technical skills is easy to get. Soft skills is not something sometimes that you can teach someone. It's up to you. Okay? Right. So after all these self assessments, you're ready to get your first opportunity. And LinkedIn is your friend. Now you are going to look for opportunities in LinkedIn, but that this time you're going to apply, right? And networking is very important. Try to connect to professionals in the area of cybersecurity that you want to work. Ask him 30 minutes of their time to have a virtual coffee. So explain that you want to work with in this area, and you need some guidance. Most of the professionals are very, cybersecurity, in fact, is a very collaborative environment. People are helping each other all the time. So don't be afraid, okay? Senior professional is still a person, you know? It's just a person that's working with cybersecurity more time than you. So connect with the other professionals. Attend conferences, take courses, volunteer yourself. This could help you to get your first opportunity. Sometimes in these groups, in these conferences, you find someone that's is that have an open opportunity, so your skills could be appreciated to fill this position. And when I say volunteer, you can do that in your own company, right? Everybody needs help, so you can offer your help to participate in a project, in the cybersecurity project in your own company. So you can get some hands-on experience, okay? And why not? If you are not working at the moment, you can work it for free. Think about it. Let's say you live with your parents and you are not working yet. And of course, you are not earning money. And why not get some experience working for a while, some months, and try to learn the experience that the job opportunities are looking for. Okay, again, think about it. It's up to you, right? And now you're in. You get your first position, your first job. First of all, congratulations, you get a job in cybersecurity. But let me tell you a secret. It is not only about getting the job. It's about being happy with the job and continue to grow in that job. And continuous improvement mindset is that you need. Okay? Because what got you here won't get you there. Again, you have to keep learning. You have to keep improve yourself. And here is another self-assessment. that you need to ask, always ask yourself these questions. Are you still happy doing what you do? Are you still making progress in your career? Can you find ways to do more? If the first question, the answer is no, well, probably you need to look for another job, another thing to do. Okay? But if the first question, the answer is still yes, and let's say the second question is no, and the third question, the answer is yes. Don't worry at this point because you are not making progress in your career. There's a lot of reasons that this is happening. Maybe the company is in a restructure project. Well, maybe the market is not good at this moment for your progress in the career that they choose. So you have to keep calm, be patient, and be resilient. And think about it, right? But for sure, the first question, if the first question is no, you have to rethink about what you are doing, and I think that's if it's not the time to looking for another position, another opportunity. Okay. Well, we are coming to the end of this presentation, but before we finish, I want to talk about two more things. Right? And the first one is the decertification, the Certified Cybersecurity Technician from the Council. The decertification focuses on hands-on skills and requires you to learn how to read logs, to identify malicious activity among other tasks. It will provide you an overall understanding of the main areas and activities in cybersecurity. And as you can see, this certification brings you 85 real-time labs. That's very good. The labs that EC Council providing in its courses is absolutely amazing, and will really give you hands-on experience. So take a closer look at the EC Council site to learn more about this certification. Okay, I believe this should be your first choice of certification in cybersecurity. And last but not least is the recommendation of this awesome book. Yuri is my fellow countryman. We were born in the same city and worked together a long time ago before he moved to US and started working at Microsoft. Moreover, Yuri is one of the leading professionals in the field of cybersecurity today, and is also a professor at EC Council University. He's also a great guy, a great human being, and always willing to share his knowledge with the community. Many of the topics discussed here in this presentation are covered in greater detail in this book. In it, you will find, for example, how to prepare your career plan and your study plan. I recommend this book without reservations. It is a must-have for sure. It is a must-have. You need it on your bookshelf, and you can find it on Amazon. Okay, so that's it. Thank you, everybody, for attending this webinar. Thank you again, EC Council University, for the invitation and this opportunity. And of course, thank you, Rinal, for your support throughout this journey. Back to you, Rinal.
Thank you very much, Marcus, for delivering such an insightful and informative session. We found the webinar very engaging, and I hope it was valuable for you as well. So before we begin with the Q&A, I would like to inform all the attendees that this session is in sync with EC Council Certified Cybersecurity Technician Program. CCT is an entry-level certification program by EC Council. This program provides multi-domain technical skills, 85 hands-on labs, has captured the flag exercises and performance-based exams delivered on a live cyber range. There are going to be 3.5 million cybersecurity job vacancies in the world by 2025. As a commitment to close the cybersecurity workforce gap by creating multi-domain cyber technicians, EC Council has pledged $7 million towards CCT education and certification scholarships to certify approximately 20,000 cyber professionals ready to contribute to the industry. So if you are interested in knowing more, kindly participate in the poll that will be conducted now. Let us know your preferred mode of training and we will reach out to you soon. So meanwhile, Marcus, should we proceed with the question and answers?
Okay. Let's see. Our first question: how big a role do you think AI skills will play in cybersecurity jobs in the future? Do you see AI removing the need for junior roles? Very good questions. That's a very good question. Absolutely not. AI, in my opinion, it's a tool. You're not removing at all the need for junior roles. No, don't worry about that. Again, AI is a tool. Uh, any position in cybersecurity or whatever the job is needs someone to think, you know. And but AI helps, but you're not removing junior roles. I don't think so. Don't worry about it. Uh, next question. What is the best community to grow and connect in this field? Well, again, it depends. You know, it depends the area. There's a lot of groups, good groups, some of them related to conferences, like DEF CON, like Black Hat, for example. And sometimes when you are attend a course, for example, or a conference, there's a group to so you can apply and get into. Unfortunately, it's complicated for me to give you example of groups because there are many groups. Okay, sorry. Next question. What will be the most trending cybersecurity career path by 2030? Well, it's a very good question and a tricky and complicated one because technology changes in a fast pace, you know. And well, I think that for sure AI will uh, get a very important position in the cybersecurity field. In fact, it's right now it's already have. And I think that by 2030, well, AI probably it's a good thing to study because it will be very present in the daily basis of the cybersecurity. Next one, what gaps are still there in the cybersecurity field for business looking to fill those gaps with their products? I don't know if I understand the main point in this question. What gaps are still there in the cybersecurity field for business looking to fill those gaps with their products? Well, if I understood, products it's a consequence. You know, it depends. If you need monitoring, for example, SIEM will help you to understand the flow of attacks, the flow of the network traffic in your environment. I really don't know if I understand right this question. Sorry. Next one. What do you think about the current job market for cybersecurity? I ask this due to the tendency of trends such as what happened with the overinflation of software developers. Do you see this happening to cybersecurity field as well? I think that's is the opposite. Is the opposite. As we see in the beginning of the presentation, we have a huge gap in cybersecurity field. A lot of unfilled positions. You know, what we need is good professionals. You know, people that have the technical skills and the soft skills. And as we discuss it here, uh, sometimes, unfortunately, I think that more than we the hiring managers want, we have good professionals based on technical skills, but a lot of a lack of soft skills. You know, time management, growth mindset, all the things that we discussed here. But I think that's the opposite. You know, cybersecurity will still continue to be a hot field, and a lot of positions you arise. Next one. What are some pitfalls that I should avoid as an upcoming cybersecurity professional? Good questions. Good question. Well, I think that's humble. You need to be always humble, always to uh, understand that you be always a student in this field. You know, no matter what, no matter how senior you are, there will be all things to understand. Be humble. If you don't know something, say you don't know. This is another mistake that some people commit when you are in an interview, for example. You don't need to know everything and answer every question that the interviewer, that the hiring manager are asking you. It's better to say that you don't know and you are willing to learn, that you are keen to learn, that you simply answer something that you just show up in your head. You know, don't do that. It's not a good thing to do in an interview. Next one, for someone transitioning into cybersecurity in 2025, what are the most valuable hands-on experiences or projects that can make a resume stand out to employees? Again, I apologize, but it depends. You know, it depends the specific area. But I think that the, the the knowledge that I show you in the table with the minimum technical requirement, operating systems, again, uh, computer networks, TCP/IP encryption, cloud computing is the basic knowledge that you have. And you can find a lot of sites with free content that you can practice these concepts. You know, again, it's complicated for me to give you the links here, but at the top of my head, for example, Hack the Box, Let's Defend are two sites that you can find good material and for free. You don't need to pay in the first moment. So well, you can do some good exercises and get hands-on experience. You know, but that's a lot of options. You know, if you Google it, you will find it. Last question. What advice would you give to someone concerning career path to take, being without any prior tech background? You need to stuff to study. Sorry. Don't panic. You know, I knew a lot of people that are in cybersecurity and are good professionals, good cybersecurity professionals that hasn't a prior tech background. You know, You need to stay calm, be patient, and follow the steps. Remember the steps and follow the steps. Take your time. Uh, be a hard worker. Start hard, and you get there. Believe me. If you prepare yourself, be ready. The opportunity will show. Believe me, it will happen. Right? I think that's it. Thank you very much again for attending this webinar. Rinal, back to you again. Your final words.
Thank you again to our wonderful speaker, Marcus, for answering those questions and for the great presentation and the knowledge shared with our global audience. It was a pleasure to have you with us, and we are definitely looking for more and more sessions with you. So before we conclude the webinar, Marcus, would you like to give a small message to our audience?
Well, what I would say is, again, be patient, be a hard worker, study, be resilient, and strict to your career plan. Follow the process, believe in you, trust in you, and the opportunity will show up. And I hope that I can find you in the future as a cybersecurity and a successful, well-successful cybersecurity professional. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Marcus.